So today we have to discuss the practical number 4, which is strings and input output, right? So we can start with the first exercise. Actually, first exercise as well as second exercise, you can try their commands, right? I will start the discussion by a few minutes. You can go through the codings, given codings. බලන්න ඒ ටික ගහලා බලන්න. exercise 1 එක කරන් යන්න තමයි. exercise 1 එක start කරලා කරන් යන්න practical 4 එකේ ඈ. Okay, we will continue. So this is our fourth Python practical, right? In the first practical, we discussed about turtle graphics and we went through all the basics of Python. In the second practical, we had the basic familiarization with the IDLE. We use IDLE as a calculator. In the third practical, we discuss variables and comments, right? So we have some idea about variables and comment. I did not set a quiz for the third lecture because only we did only variables and comments. No, there is no any considerable questions that can put into the quiz, right? That's why I did not put a quiz. So this is our fourth practical. Today we are going to learn strings and input output. Okay, so so all these commands are commands that you're already familiar. For example, this is our very first Python command. Okay, print hello world. You can remember it was our first command and the output was hello world, right? We use this print function to print particular message on the screen. Okay, to print particular message on the screen. This message, I use the term message or text. This message or text is another data type in Python. This is called a string. Our heading today, our heading is strings and input output. No, so hello world is a string. If you just enter hello world, if you just enter hello world in the IDLE command prompt, you can see that the hello world, but now you can see the quotation symbol also. Single quote with the quotation, right? And here what has happened is there is a variable called s. There is a variable called s. The value assigned to the variable is hello world. In other words, the value assigned to the variable is string. Clear? Then if you try print s, it is same as very first command, print hello world, because instead of s, the hello world is used now, and it is equal to the print hello world, right? If you look at here, I have put a hierarchy here. You can remember, so far we have discussed about integers and floats, int and float. So int and float are numerical data. They are numbers, no? Therefore int and float are considered as numerical data, right? Normally in computers, this is not only for Python, normally in computers, the data are divided into, data is divided into, when it is data, we use we consider it as a singular or plural. The data is divided into two categories: numeric data and non-numeric data. So two numerical data types are integers and floats. When particular data is not a number, non-numeric, when something is not a number, for example, hello world is not a number, your name is not a number, the grades obtained in your A level examination, A, B, C, they are not numbers. Marks is a number, but the grade is not a number, right? Therefore, when it is not a number, non-numeric, we use the term string, right? We use the term string. String means it is not a number, right? If particular data is not a number, it is called string, right? So here, the first side, you can understand the hello world is a string. We use it here, and again, there is a string. String is Python, right? Normally, you can use either single quote or double quote to indicate a string. Most of the programming languages, such as C language, you have to enter. You have to enter. You have to use double quotation for strings. But in the case of Python, you can use either single quotation or double quotation to specify the string. Okay. Just open IDLE. Okay. You can use single quotation like hello, or you can use the double quotation. These are called quotes, double quotation, to specify a string, right? Even you use single quote or double quote, by default Python is used single quote, but there's a difference of this one. Later I will explain. Generally, you can at the moment initially you can consider, you can use either single quotation or double quotation to specify a string. Okay, right? So t means the value assigned to variable t. It is a string. So print t means print Python. Okay, so these are the three data types. When it is 5, it is integer 5. When it is 5.0, it is floating point 5. If you enter 5 within either single quotation or double quotation, then it is another data type. It is called a string data type. So data type to data type, there are some data types. No, there are three main basic data types, as I mentioned earlier: int, float, and string. So depending on the data type, the different representation techniques are used in the computer. So in the future, one of the future lesson, we are going to learn about this, right? We have to fill some blanks over there. Both hello world and Python are, what is the blank here? Both hello world and Python are, they are they are strings. Okay, they are strings. You can fill it. they are strings. Our heading is string. No? String. Okay. Simply a string is a text. Okay. Simply a string is a text. Text text messages multimedia messages text messages if the message consists of multimedia data such as images, we call it multimedia, right? Text messages short messages, SMS, right? General second bullet, you can see the string can be easily identified from numbers. The strings can be easily identified from numbers since they are enclosed by quotes. They are enclosed by quotes. That you realize that quote means you can use either single quote or double quote. There is no any difference there, right? And initially, you can use either single quote or double quote to specify a string, right? The strings can be easily identified from numbers since the strings are enclosed by quotes. Third point, generally, a string is a series of characters. You can so for example, H is a character. No? If you look at the hello world, H is a character. E, L, L, O, all of them are considered as characters, space, right? Normally in a string, for example, in your name consists of several letters. The term is string. String එකක් කියන්නේ නූලක් කියන එකනේ. Now characters are in a form like string නිකන් නූලක් වගේ නැත්නම් අපි කියන්නේ වැලක් වගේ එක දිගට තියෙන. එක දිගට එකට නිකන්. It's like a chain, right? It's a chain of characters. In other words, series of characters, or simply string is a string of characters enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes, right? So better to underline this, highlight color underline කරන්න පුළුවන්. You can underline a string is a series of characters. A string is a series of characters. Okay. You have to use the quotation, either single quotation or double quotation, but the quotes are not part of the string. Okay. And as an example, I have put in a string, right? It is my email address. The string amarasinghasanka77@gmail.com. It's a string, right? It's a string consists of 25 characters. If you 25 letters. Normally, when it is a string, all of you, when it is a string, there are 3 types of characters. So characters are simply simply denoted by char. Characters වලට අපි කෙටියෙන් කියන්නේ char කියලා. When it is char, there are 3 types of chars. The letters are possible. Letters. And the other category is digit. And there's another category, symbol. Symbolic characters, symbols. Okay. Digits, letters. So I have taken my email address as an example here. So my email address consists of letters. A, M, A, R, A, they are letters, right? 7, they are digits. At, dot, they are symbols, right? So consist of characters 25 letters, 2 digits, 77, same digit twice, therefore considered as two digits, and two symbols. Two symbols are at 10 dot. Totally 29 characters. Totally 29 characters. Okay. For the last sentence, we can say by using which function? By using which function? By using print function. Okay. By using print function, a string can be printed. When printing a string, you can see that in the first command, the printing the string. The second command is not printing a string, it is just entered the string. If you look at printing a string, first command, print hello world. Here third command is also last command of the first column, also printing s, right? When it is printing, here printy. When it is printing, what is not shown? Quotes, right? But a string can be printed. When printing a string, quotes are not printed. Okay, quotes are not printed. Always you can use single quote or double quotes to initialize, to define a string, but by default Python use single quotes. That's why even you have entered double quotation, it will show, it is considered, it will show single quote. That means it is considered as single quote. By default Python use single quotes. Okay. Anyway, whatever the code that you use, when printing the string, the quotes are not appear because quotes are not part of the string. Okay, right. Then you can go through the exercise number 2, which is related with the backslash, right? So when we do the exercise number 2, you can learn a lot of new things related with okay, right? Each case, write down the output. All of you, the last command that I entered in the first exercise, 5, 5.0, this string. Now in this case, you can see an additional bracket now because it's a special data type created. That data type is called tuple. So later we are going to learn about the tuple. Okay. ඉඩ කඩ අඩු කරගන්න තමයි මේ එක පේලියට කමා දාලා ඔක්කොම දැම්මේ. බලන්න මේ සිස්ටම් පුරව ගන්න බැරි වෙච්ච කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ ඒවා පුරව ගන්න. Right, you have to go through exercise number 2. Each case write down the output. In exercise number 2, we are going to learn about the special purpose of the backslash with a string. The backslash character has a special purpose associated with the backslash. Normally in day-to-day life, backslash is rarely used. No, slash එක අපි use කරනවා backslash එක in some cases you will have errors. Okay, එමුණොත් error කියලා දාන්න අවුලක් නැහැ. For some commands, හැම එකේම output එක ලියන් එන්න. Exercise 2. Right, if you did not complete, don't worry, you can complete later. All of you, මම ගෙදරදී මේක කරලා බලන්නත් කියලා කිව්වා මම හිතන්නේ නේද? All of you, we will I'm going to discuss now. The first command is I am happy. No, I am happy is the command which is enclosed by double quotation. You can see that no any error associated with the command. But if you try the second command is also same string. Same string, I am happy. Okay, look at the command that I want to enter is the string that I have is I am happy. But the thing is that if you use single quote, within the string, now the string I am happy consists of single quote. No? So if you use the single quote to enclose the string boundary එක විදියට, then there is an error. The reason is that computer notice something like this. There is a single quote. That means it is the beginning of the string. Okay, we will go ahead and somewhere computer can find out another string. Oh, that's end of the string, right? Then the rest is considered as something wrong. That is the idea, right? Therefore, if you use single quote, all of you, if you use single quote to enclose the string, then you cannot include single quote within the string. Can you understand? අපේ string එකේ single quote තිබ්බොත් single quote වලින් enclose කරන්න බෑ. Similarly, if the string consists of double quotes, so you cannot use double quote. Okay, that's a situation. For example, say something like that. I want to say he said, the string that I have it, he said hi. Right? So this is my string. So if I use single quote to enclose the string, no issue. But if I use double quote to enclose the string, because the double quote is also a command, no? Right? Therefore, you will find an error. No, normally, most of the programming languages, most of the conventional or we call traditional programming languages, such as C programming language, most of the programming languages are C style, right? The most of the programming language supports double quote to uh, define a string, but Python, you can use either single quotation or double quotation. Clear? If your string consists of single quote, you can use double quote. If your string consists of double quote, you can easily handle it by using a single quote as the enclosure. But there can be a string with both single quote and double quote. He said, I am happy. He said, I am happy. Now, this is string, I am happy. Right? This string consists of the string that I have is he said I am happy. You can see that the string consists of both single quote and double quote. Therefore, we don't have any of the method to handle it. Okay. So if you go to the third command, okay, the third command is also same I am happy. You can notice that it is enclosed by single quote. It is enclosed by single quote. Okay. It is enclosed by single quote. And you have to enter it, right? Then you will see it, I am happy, as it is enclosed by double quote, right? Normally, you can see the last output of the last command is enclosed in the double quotation. It is a string enclosed in double quotation. Normally in Python, all the strings are enclosed by single quote. Whatever the quote that you used, okay, whatever the quotation symbol that you used, always by default Python use single quotation. But the string itself, like I am happy, but the string itself I am happy consists of single quote. Then the Python use double quotation. Can you understand the rule for using single quote and double quotation by the Python interpreter? No, by default single quote is used. But if the string consists of single quote, at least one single quote, the Python use double quotation symbol, right? So the third command is also same command as third one, fourth command, right? The same command is printed. It's printed no. When it is printing, always the quotation symbol is not appeared, right? That's it. Now you can see that next command print he said hello, right? There's a command print which is enclosed by double quotation. He said hello. Hello කියලා තියෙනවා. Hello කියලා විතරක් නෙමෙයි මේකේ තියෙනවා. He said hello. He said hello. Okay. So this string consists of single quote. No? Therefore, double quote. No? Therefore, what we can use is we can use single quote without having any doubt like the last command here. But still, you can use double quotation. You can use double quotation to specify he said hello. If you use like this, it's an error because starting with double quote again double quote. So what you can do, such situation, you can use backslash. The backslash use here. Normally, if you use backslash, the backslash is omitted, right? If you use a backslash, backslash I am happy, but the backslash is omitted. Right? When it is backslash, the computer will notice that this is not the end of the string. Here is a backslash, no? And computer say that computer knows that this is not the end. This backslash says this is not the end in backslash. Sorry, this backslash use to say this double quotation is not the end of the string. This double quotation is part of the string, right? මෙතනත් ආපහු double quotation එකක් හම්බ වෙනවනේ. That is also not the end. It is part. Part of the string. Metana me single quotation is not the end of the string. It is also part of the string. In other words, it is considered as character of the string. Okay. Normally, you can use either single quotation or double quotation to enclose the string. But your string consists of either single quote, then you cannot use single quote. If a string consists of double quote, you cannot use double quotation, right? Simply you can switch between single quote and double quotation as usual, but there can be a situation where string comes with both single quote and double quote. Therefore, single quote, double quote method fail. Such situation, you can use the backslash. You can use single quote or double quote with the backslash. Okay, we will fill the blanks at the end of the blanks at the beginning of the second page. A string can be used to a string can be enclosed by using either. We have two options. The string can be enclosed by using either single quote or double quote. Nikan single quote දාන්න එක තියෙන්නේ. Single quote or double quote. A string can be enclosed by using either single quote or double quotation. Actually, the string can be enclosed by using single quote, double quote. There's another method. We are going to learn it later. It is called triple quotation method. Triple quote method කියලා එකකුත් තියෙනවා. We are not going to learn it at the moment. Later we are going to learn the triple quotation, right? I'm going to discuss another lecture more on strings, right? It is not included in the first part. In that section, we are going to learn about the triple quotation method, right? At the moment, we can say either single quote or double quote, right? If you go through the other commands also, make it print hello world, print hello world. But if you use backslash t in between backslash t is considered as another character. Backslash t is used to specify the tab character. Tab එකක් කියන. Similarly, backslash n, if you use backslash n, it is considered as a new line. After hello, a new line, that is called new line character. New line is printed and the world is printed, right? Backslash twice. What happened if you use backslash twice? Backslash twice. If you use backslash twice, it is considered as a if you use backslash twice, it is considered as a single backslash. Okay. If you use backslash twice, it is considered as just one backslash. In other words, it is called backslash character. Because always when we use backslash, the backslash is avoided. No? For example, අපේ ගෙදර number එක දැන් තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි. හරිද? This is my residential, actually this is not my residential address. Let's say මේක තමයි අපේ number එක තියෙන්නේ කියලා. 125න් ඇලයිරක් T කියලා තියෙනවා. අර එහෙම තියෙන්නේ. Okay. So if I print මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ. my command එක තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙම. මෙහෙම කියලා හිතන්නකෝ ගෙදර number එක n1 125 backslash n1 තියෙනවා. Okay. So if I print this, see, if I print this, 125 is printed. 125 is printed. Backslash n is available. So backslash n, when it is backslash, normally the backslash and the next character together is considered a one character. Therefore, backslash n is used for new line. Go to the next line. Then print one. අපේ ගෙදර number එක තමයි මේ print කරලා තියෙන 125න් n එක කියලා. ඒතර 125ට ඇවිල්ලා ඊළඟ ගෙදරට වගේ ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන new line එකක් ඇවිල්ලා. Right? So such situation, how to correct this? If I want to print 125 \n1, so what is the proper command? We have to use backslash twice. Clear? When we use backslash twice, it is considered as the backslash. Okay? Backslash twice is considered as double backslash කියලා තමයි ඒකට කියන්නේ. Double backslash, double black black නෙවෙයි backslash. Double backslash twice is considered as the backslash character. Okay? Similar manner, there are different uses of backslash. For example, print, I'm going to print the character A. Okay, so I can print the same character by using its code. 0065 is the code for Greek letter A. Greek letter A වලට 0061. Okay, 695 95 is used for 956. Okay, 61. For each character there's a code. For simple A, the code is 0061. Clear? මෙතන ඔයාලා මෙහෙම එකක් try කරලා බලුවනේ. print \u 0d85. 0d85. It is a single character. Likewise, for each character, okay, each character there's a code, character code. With \u, you can put the character code, then the corresponding character can be printed. හරි? මෙතන මම හිතන්නේ මේ 0d85 කියන එකේ අම්මා කියලා තමයි print වෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අම්මා කියලා නේද? That one අම්මා කියලා print වෙනවා. අනිත් එක මම හිතන්නේ tamil එකක්ද ඔහෙට මම දාලා මතකයි. Yeah, the first Greek letter and first Tamil letter. Okay, alpha and ana. So there are Unicode tables. There is something called Unicode table. If you just search Unicode table, Unicode skill and Unicode table, you can find this. We are going to learn this actually in the computer arithmetic tute. I have included the first 3 Unicode tables. 3 Unicode tables: Greek letters, the English Greek letters means English letters, singular letters, and Tamil letters. With the with the study pack 2, I will send this tute, right? Okay, so we will fill the blanks here. The backslash is used to specify some special characters within a string. You can fill them. What is backslash single quote? Backslash single quote. Backslash single quote. Backslash single quote used for single quote. Okay, single quote කියලා දැම්මත් හරි, single quote එක විතර ඇඳගත්තත් හරි. Backslash double quote is used to specify single character. Double quote. Double quote is a single character. backslash key එක තියෙන්නේ backspace එකට පල්ලෙහායින් සාමාන්‍යයෙන්. slash නෙමෙයි, backslash කියලා වෙනම key එකක් තියෙනවා. okay, enter key එකට උඩින් තියෙන backslash එක. වෙන තැන්වල සමහර ලාට ඇති මේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට enter key එකට උඩින් තමයි backslash එක. Okay, this is single quote, this is double quote, and for the C it is backslash. Single quote එකට එන්නේ double quote එකට එන්නේ backslash. This is called new line කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. New line character. This is Unicode character. Unicode backslash u, you have to put 4-digit hexadecimal number. Unicode is a Unicode sign hexadecimal, right? You have to put 4-digit hexadecimal number, then the corresponding character will be printed. Backslash t is used for tab. Backslash t is used for a tab. There are several other backslash cases, right? I can't remember them. So these are the basic uses. Backslash t, backslash n. Likewise, you can find they are called trading codes or something like that. You can search and find them. Right. So now we discuss about what is a string and then we discuss about Unicode. This is the mistake here. Unicode can universal code can Unicode. Okay. We discuss about the use of backslash. Backslash is a special purpose because for normal within the normal day-to-day strings we don't use backslash. No, normally use the vertical slash or ordinary slash, not the backslash. Forward slash තමයි අපි use කරන්නේ. මේකට කියන්නේ backslash කියලා. Therefore, there are some special key combinations with the backslash, special characters with the character combinations with the backslash. Okay. Right. Then we will move into string operations. It's very simple. String operations. Normally, for example, let's say you have string hello. Okay. For that string, you can add other string world. Okay. For example, you may have, if you can want, you can give a name hello. And B is the name of the string world. So A plus B means the string A is added to string B, not like the ordinary addition, right? And the result is another string, right? Here you can use A, you can put a, here I'm going to add 3 strings together. First string is A, second string is just defined here, having 2 characters, comma and space. The last character is B. I will add one more character with the exclamation symbol. That's another one is created. Simply plus is used to add 2 strings together. Okay. Similar manner, you can use A into 2. A into 2. That means it's something like A plus A. Clear? A into 3 means adding A 3 times, A plus A plus A. And in that way you can multiply. Actually, this multiplication, let's say you want to make several dashes. You want to create, you want to generate 10 stars. It's this way. You want to generate star dash star combination 10 times. In some cases, to generate borders and all, you can use this multiplication 1. Okay. String operations. Shall we fill these blanks also? The strings can be concatenated. This is not the, this is something like addition. Okay, when you use plus, it's addition, but it's not the ordinary addition. It's a special addition. This is called concatenated, right? Okay. Strings can be concatenated. That is the term. කෝච්චි වල එහෙම කරන්නේ කෝච්චි එක කෝච්චියකට අනිත් කෝච්චිය අපි සෙට් කරනවට කියන්නේ concatenate කරනවා කියලා. Okay? Concatenate. අලවනවා වගේ වැඩක් නේ කරන්නේ. The strings can be concatenated. Concatenated කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. add කියලා කියනවා සමහරලාට කට්ටිය, but the more general term is concatenated with plus operator. Plus එක තමයි එකතු කිරීමේ ලකුණ. With the plus operator at repeated multiply කරනවා වගේ වෙන්නේ repeat එකනේ. එතන asterisk එක දැම්මම වෙන්නේ and repeated with asterisk. Two strings literals next to each other. මේ අන්තිම එකේ වෙන්න දේ දැක්ක නේද ඔයාලා? එහෙනම් අපි මොකක් හරි string එක type කළා. Look at. I'm going to type asang, right? Keep a space and type ka. Right? Two strings are just separated by space. Two strings just separated by space are automatically concatenated, right? Two strings literals next to each other. Strings there next to each other are automatically concatenated. Automatically added and concatenated. Okay, that is the string operations. Okay, so you cannot operate two strings at the same time. That means you cannot multiply, you cannot do a into b or something like that, because you can do a into 5 is possible. Okay, 5 into that is possible, but both sides cannot be, both operands cannot be the strings when it is multiplication, right? Exercise number 3 හරිනේ. මෙතනට plus කියලා එන්නේ, ඊළඟට multiplication symbol එක එන්නේ. The last point එකට එන්නේ two string literals next to each other are automatically concatenated, right? Then it's a time to move into exercise number 4. එකදී අපි තව අලුත් concept එකක් ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ, indexing and slicing. So first you can go through it. And සමහර තැන්වල hash දාලා තියෙනවා. Some commands I have put hash just to explain the command. You don't have to type it. බලන්න පොඩ්ඩක් exercise 4 එකත් කරලා. කලින් blanks miss වෙච්ච අයට මම කියන්නම් මෙතෙන්ට. Strings can be concatenated with plus sign එක තමයි එතෙන්ට දාන්න ඕන පළවෙනි. connection problem එමෙනි හින්දා ළමයිට මේ මිස් වෙනවනේ සමහර වෙලාවට. plus මෙතෙන්ට එන්න ඕන. මෙතෙන්ට එන්න ඕන multiplication එක. automatically concatenated. මම මේ blanks විදියට දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔයාලා ඔලුවට ගන්න ඕන දේවල් තමයි blanks විදියට දාලා තියෙන්නේ, right? All the blanks are the key points that you have to taken into your mind. Under the exercise number 4, we are going to learn two new concepts called indexing and slicing. Indexing කියලා එකකුයි slicing කියලා එකකුයි දෙකක් ඉගෙන ගන්න හදා. So try the exercise number for all the commands, right? Then I will demonstrate few more commands. So today session is also we can finish by 10:30. Okay, I'm going to do without a break. Most probably we can. Okay, I'm moving to the next lesson. Next discussion about indexing and slicing. All of you stop working and look at the screen. Indexing and slicing. Okay, our heading is indexing and slicing. All of you. First, I'm going to discuss indexing. I'm going to discuss indexing. You have heard this term index. You have heard this term index. For example, when I entered to school, this is my index number. You can remember. I entered to the school in 96. I was at Royal. This is the index number given by the Royal College, Colombo. And this is my university index number 050015U. Right? Because we were in the 2005 batch, right? And I am the number 15 of the batch according to the alphabetical order, right? These are index numbers. While I score it in the A-level examination, you have an index number. In the class registry, there is a number 36 number. When I was in grade 1, my index number was 1. Right? That is indexing, right? So with respect to string, for example, let's say the string is Python programming, and let's say the name is S. All of you, name is S. So you can say S0. S0. S0 means the zeroth position character of S. For example, S1. S1 means the second character. So index is just a label. No? Index is a label, right? Normally in computer science, always the labeling starts with 0. So if I ask you to label the set of equations, usually you will label 1, 2, 3 likewise, right? But you can label one of the equation as equation number 0. Clear? So normally, right? What is the meaning of U? There is no any meaning of U. Numbers ma තියෙන හින්දා ඒක නැති කරන්න මේ දීලා තියෙනවා මේ character එකකුත් හැමෝටම දීලා තියෙනවා. That's right, right? Each index number having at the end there is a character. Also it's a randomly added character, right? No any meaning of U. What is the meaning of U? Okay, I'm talking about indexing. Okay, Likewise, S5 means S5 means it is the character with the index 5. Index 5 means the first position having index 0. In Python කියන්නේ p අකුර තමයි 0, 1, 2, 3 likewise. You can use negative indices. You can use negative indices. S minus 1 means it is the uh, it is the last index, it is the last string, last character of the string. It is the last character of the string, right? I have put this as this kind. I have put this diagram in your note. If you turn to page number 3, at the top of the page number 3, you can see this. මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකක් තියෙනව නේද? ඒක I have your exercise. You can see help pay. No, if you look at the string help pay, H, these are the indices, index. These are called index. When it is negative, it is called reverse index. එහා පැත්තේ පොඩ්ඩක් ඒක දාගන්නකෝ. At the top of the page number 3, okay, මම දාලා තියෙනෝනේ help pay කියලා එක. ඒක අර 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are called index, right? Index is the singular term, indices is the plural, right? When we use negative, negative 0, positive 0, දෙක මෙගයිනේ. Space is also considered as a character. Space, dot, at, all of them are characters. මේක පොඩ්ඩක් දාගන්නකෝ. index, reverse index කියලා තියෙනෝනේ. එතන පොඩ්ඩක් නම් කරගන්න. Most of the cases, right? Now think about this one. So if you look at the Python programming string called Python programming, if you want to look at the last character, you have to count it. No, you have to count and find. 10ක් තියෙනවා නම් අන්තිම එකට එන්නේ 9 කියලා තමයි එන්නේ. Right? Counting is boring. No? Therefore, if you want to come from the other side, you can use negative indices. So that is the idea behind. Negative indices. Okay. S5 means S minus 5 means අර පැත්තේ ඉඳලා පස්වෙනි එක. මේ තියෙන 1 minus 1. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Minus 5 is same. Okay. So that is the idea of indexing. Index. Is it clear, all of you? Now we learn the concept of indexing. Then I'm going to explain the concept of slicing. Okay. Look at slice කියන එක බලන්න හදන්න. All of you know the meaning of slicing? All of you? මේක පැහැදිලිනේ? So if you put S5, what happens is it is the sixth character of the string S. There are many uses of this. Let's say you have a variable called name. Just look at the use of indexing. Name. Let's say first name. First name is it's related to me, Asanka. Okay, and we have another variable, surname. Surname Amarasinghe. Look at Amarasinghe. Okay, so if I want to look at the initials, it is F name. F name 0 means the initials, right? So if I want to write the name with initials, F name plus I can put dot and space. To that one, I have to add the surname. Now, this is the name with initials. Likewise, so if you look at a vehicle number, WPCBI 1983. My car number. The vehicle number or a telephone number, email address, each field having different meanings. For example, if you look at my school number, I mentioned 9 slash dash. Okay, if you look at a vehicle number, it's 96 means it is the 96 is important because the 96 is used to identify the year, admission year. Year 077 is the network provider. In the vehicle registration number, first 2 characters used to specify the geographical area of the registration, Western Province. CBI is the vehicle category. It depends on the vehicle category, right? In some cases, 1983 is also used for some other reasons. Horoscope වගේවට ඔය එක බලන්නේ නේද? එකතු කරලා 7 එනවද ඒ වගේ තියෙන්නේ මම මේක බලන්නේ නැහැ. Likewise, for example, in the school, my last digit is 0, no? So I was in the Harvard house. It depends on the last digit. House එක school house එක තීරණය කරන්නේ අන්තිම character එක. In some cases, we have to access specific characters. So such purpose, we can use the indexing is important. Okay, so we have another similar concept, not similar, another similar concept, but not exactly same. Slicing, slice. මොකටද අපි සාමාන්‍ය slice එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ? A slice of bread. We have big loaf of bread. We are going to slice it. Same thing here, right? Let's say N for vehicle registration number. N for vehicle registration number, right? Now N0 plus N0 plus N1 for any vehicle registration number. If you take N1 plus N0 plus N1, right? It is the area. It is the provincial code. We have to take 2 of them. For example, if I want to go to the vehicle category, 2 plus 3 plus and 4. This is the vehicle category, English number according to the vehicle category, right? Some cases we have to take slice of the string. Slice of the string. So if you look at a name, Asanka Amarasinghe කියලා ගමුකෝ මම වෙනවම හරි. So first part is the first name. After the space, you have another name, middle name, or last name. I have only 2 parts. So by space, it is divided into separate fields. Right? Such situations, the concept of slicing is important. Slicing means, for example, slice. Take this registration number. You can put N WBCN 2 to 2, 3, 4, 2 to 5. Look at this. 2 to 5. 2 to 5 means the characters from 2 to 5. Characters from 2 to 5. Character in the character with the index 2. W is index 0, 1, right? Then index 2, 2, 3, 4. CBI having the indices of 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, but not 5. If you specify 2 to 5, always 5 is excluded. 5 ITN, right? It is 2 to 5 less than 5. The indices from 2 to 5, but 2 is included, but not 5 is included, right? අන්නේ විදිහට අපිට පුළුවන් indices කියන concept එක use කරන්න, right? බලන්න මේ වගේ එකක් පොඩ්ඩක් අහලා ඒක කරපු නැති අය ඉන්නවනම් ඒක කරලා බලන්න. ඔයාලා කරපු ඒවා ටික පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්නකො කරපු ටික තියෙන්නේ. කරපු ටික ඒ table එකේ තියෙන්නේ තව. ඒ ටිකත් එක්ක චොට්ටක් check කරලා බලන්න. I will explain. Now look at, I'm going to explain this further. All of you to look at this carefully, right? There are tiny things, right? Small pieces you have to understand, right? So once you understand these concepts at this lower level, nursery level, grade 1 or grade 5 level, when you go to university or A level, it will not be a problem. That's why we are going to teach these things clearly and carefully here. These are very small things, right? But the same concepts are widely used in other situations always. For example, similar situation used related to repetitive structures. Similar situation used to data structures. Likewise, later we have to discuss them. Right, now look at the screen. 2 to 5 means index 2 to less than 5, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4 are CBI. Okay, all of you, right? Look at them carefully. Normally in the indexing, if you did not specify the starting index, if you did not specify the starting index like me, right? Start from the beginning. If you did not specify the ending index, then you have a slice from 2 to end of the string. මේ slice එක ගන්න එන්නේ. අර CBI කියන slice එක කපලා ගන්නවා මෙතන. Clear? Slice of the string. Okay, so if you did not specify both, what happened? If you did not specify both, what happened? Start to end. Start to end. Okay, if you did not specify both start and end, it is considered from start to end, right? Therefore, right, I want to highlight few more things. Just tell me, if I want to take the provincial part only the provincial part, so from the beginning, no need, right? From the beginning, 0 1, I have to put 2, 0 to 2, that is the provincial part. If I want only the digit associated with the vehicle registration number, 0 1 2 3 4 5 to end. Okay, 5 to end, 1983, 5 to end. Okay, right, there are some other things. What happened? 2 to 3, if it is 2 to 3, what happened? බලමු screen එක. 2 to 3 means starting from 2, end 1 before 2, no, 1 before 3, no, that means 2, that means therefore just one position, right? And 2 to 1, 2 to 2 means it is empty. Always output is a string. Always when you slice, the output or result is a string, but now it is empty string. Empty string. Even first number and second number are equal, or first number is less, second number is less than the first number. Second number is less than the first number, it will be an empty string, right? In some cases, you can add a number out of the range. You know that we don't have 300 characters, no? Or 301 characters, therefore 2 to 300 means, right? In most of the programming languages, it will be an error, but in Python, 2 to 300 automatically adjust to the current length of the string, 2 to 300. What about this one? 2 to minus 1. What happened? 2 to minus 1. 2 to minus 1. 2 to minus 1 means the last one is minus 1, or it's a negative index. Can අපි මේ පැත්තෙන් මයින් එක ලේසි නම් 4ක්නේ, ඩිජිට් එක තියෙන්නේ 4යිනේ. ඒ හින්දා digits තියෙන්නේ 4යිනේ, අර පැත්තෙන් 4ක් වෙනකන් තමයි යන්න ඕන. දෙකේ ඉඳලා අර පැත්තෙන් 4ක් වෙනකන්. Again, you can find the English number of associated with the එක තමයි කියන්නේ. එහෙමනේ. English letters associated with the vehicle registration number. Okay. Right. Still, I have to explain few more things. All of you, I'm going to explain the next one. Now I'm going to define a string 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 0 4 10 A B C D E F G H. Okay, all of you look at, I will name it as name, let's say capital A. All of you, 1 2 3 4 yes, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. I will put 0 at the beginning, and 0's index is 0, no? So if I put A 2 to 5, what happened? index 2 to index less than 5. Therefore 2 3 4. Okay, 2 to 12, like this. All of you look at. You can specify third one. You can specify a third index here. Actually, the first one is the starting one. This is the this is related with the end, and you can specify step size. Step size is by default 1. That means 2 to 12, 2 to 12 all the characters, 2 to 12 all the characters. Now again 2 to 12 all the characters. I will make a change here. You can see 2 to 12 all the characters 3 by 3. From you have to jump from one position to another position by 3 characters. So starting with 2, then jump, go to the not to the next one. Step size no 3. 3ක් යනවා ඉස්සරහට 5යි. Then එතන ඉඳලා 3ක් ගිහිල්ලා එක තියෙනවා. Always you have to go 3 characters from the current position. That is the step size. If you use 2, 2 by 2. Clear? That is the step size. You can specify a step. You can specify a step. 2 to minus 2. 2 to minus 3. 2 to minus 3, 2 by 2. Can you understand? 2 to minus 3, 2 by 2. Step size is 1. එතන මෙහෙම දැම්මොත් මොකද වෙනව නැත්තේ? All of you? Here 2 to minus 3, step size is minus 2, no? I will give you something different one. Now we are going to start with the minus 2, right? I'm not going to specify, let's say 2 here and 2. Okay, what happened? Now step size is negative. Step size is negative means it is not moving forward direction, move in reverse direction. Step size is positive means, all of you, step size is positive means moving forward. Step size is negative mean moving backward. Now starting with minus 2. Minus 2 means කියන්නේ අර අන්තිමේ ඉඳලා තියෙන එකනේ minus 2 එකනේ. minus 1 minus 2. ඒතර ඉවර වෙන්නේ 2 වලින්. ඒතර 0 1 2 වලින් තමයි ඉවර වෙන්නේ. Step size is minus 1. Okay, so better to try these commands, then you will realize. මම මේ ටික ඕනනම් chat එකකට දාන්නම්. මිස් වුණොත් කාට හරි මේ ටික පොඩ්ඩක් කරලා බලන්න, then you can have better understanding. Do it from the beginning. මම screen එක share කරලා තියෙන්නේ. First define this string. A කියලා එකක් define කරලා කරන්න බලන්න. All of you. Define the string 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 A B C D E F G H. Then you will realize there's a third parameter, which is the step size. By default, step size is 1. Okay, first command is not an issue. Step size එක තමයි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. Okay, I think you have some idea about it now. I will explain the last one again. එතකොට අපි මේ අන්තිම එකේ හිතන්නකො ඍණ දෙකෙන් තමයි පටන් ගන්නෙ. ඍණ දෙකේ කියන්නේ අන්තිම එකේ ඉඳලා දැන් මෙහෙම දැම්මොත් මේකට empty එකක් එන්නේ. ඍණ දෙකේ ඉඳලා දෙකට දැම්මොත් empty එකක් එන්නේ. මොකද ඍණ දෙක කියන්නේ අග එකක්. දෙක කියන්නේ මුල එකක්නේ. එච්චර දුර පටන් ගන්න එක අඩු වගයක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. දැන් පටන් ගන්න එක වැඩි වගයක් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට එහෙම යන්නේ නැහැ නේ මේ පැත්තට. ඒතර step size එක negative වුණොත් මේ පැත්තට යනවා. If the negative size is if the step size is negative, if the step size is negative, then the inspecting or moving direction is backward direction. Right. So what happened to this one? What happened to this one? එහෙම දැම්මම එතකොට මොකද වෙන්න ඕන? All of you, what should be the output of the last command? It is the all of them, right? It is the reversing. Most of the cases we have to reverse. For example, I want to reverse my name. Asanka is my name. එහෙම කියලා දාලා මෙතනම එකක් දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. Asanka 5. Asanka 5 means let's say Asanka 2, Asanka 1. එතනම දාන්න පුළුවන්. Asanka 1 means the character with index 1 no. So you can 1 to 2 එහෙම දාන්න පුළුවන්. 1 to 5. This is my name in reverse order. My name is reverse order. Aknasa. Try your name in reverse. Better to try my full name in reverse. Sankamara Singh. Oh, it's difficult to read. Nisaram Aknasa. Setu. පටලැවේ. දූගෙනමත් පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. My daughter's name is Setuki. We will reverse it and see. Difficult to read. No? See? Your name in reverse order. Okay, you can try. Can you read your name in reverse order? In some cases, you have to reverse it. Reverse, for example, 1, 2, 3, and you can reverse 1, 2, 3. ඒකට නමකුත් කියන එහෙම palindromic numbers කියලා කියන reverse එකට කියනවා. Reverse. Okay, all of you. Now we will go back to the tute. අරක පොඩ්ඩක් ඔයාලා අවශ්‍යව මොන හරි තියෙනවා එතන ලියා ගන්න. All of you. There's a sentence at the end of the page number 2. Strings can be subscripted. Okay. Strings can be subscripted. Subscript, superscript you have heard. X squared. If you write x squared, it is called superscript. If you write x1, 1 in small, it is called subscript. Strings can be subscripted. SQL string එකක් තියෙනවා S1 S2 ඒ වගේ ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒක. Strings can be subscripted, in other words indexed. The first character of a string has subscript 0, index 0, right? There's an advantage of starting from 0. Let's say you have 10 of them. If you start from 1, the last one is 10. The last index is 10, it's 2 digit. But if you start with 0 to 9 indices that you have to use, then 1 digit. If you use 2 digit, this is the label. For the label, you have to use 2 digits. Space is high, right? So you can reduce the space in computer memory in this method. That's the basic idea behind starting from 0. So always in computers, the labeling, not counting, labeling. Label කරන එක, sticker වගේ ගහන එක. Labeling start from 0. Subscripting can be specified within the slice notation. 2 indices separated by a column. Actually, 2 indices separated by colon, or you can use 3, right? 3ක් use කරන්නත් පුළුවන් නේ අර අනිත් විදිහට. එතකොට තමයි step size එක දාන්න ඕනේ. 2 indices. You can use 2 indices or 3 indices. This is the syntax for slicing. Look at syntax for slicing. You have to put the string name within the square bracket. You have to put the starting index, and you have to put the end. Okay, end. If you want to end at 5, you have to use 6, no, right? Therefore we call n plus 1 and the step size. So these are the red color things are the default values. That means if you did not specify the starting from 0, if you did not specify starting with the default step size is 1. If you did not specify the end, it will go to the end of this string. That means it's similar to you specifying the last one plus 1. Okay. The goose has snoozed. By default value is last one plus 1. මෙතන මේ n+1 කියලා මම දාලා තියන්නේ අපි n කරන්න ඕන 10න් නම් අපි දාන්න ඕන 11නේ. එතකොට තමයි 10න් n වෙන්නේ. ඒක n+1 කියලා දාන්න. If you want 5 to if you want indices from 5 to if you want 5 to 12, you have to put starting one as 6 to 12. Here you have to put 13, then you can find the slice from 6 to 12. That's why. If you only use two values, then the first value is considered as start and the second value is considered as n+1. Step size is 1. If you use three values, then the third one is considered as the step size. Okay. 9:49. Time එක යනවා මේකට ටිකක් වෙලා වැඩිපුර. හිතුවට වැඩිය. Right. හිතුවට වැඩිය කියන්නේ මම මතක නැතුව කිව්වේ. Right. Then try exercise number 5. Exercise number 5. It's about two functions, the len function and str function. You can go through it. You can try these commands. Len එකයි str එකයි බලන්නකො. There's a string. The name of this string is S. The content of this string is Python. We are moving to exercise 5. Exercise 5. There's a string Python. If you want to find the length of the string, there's a function length. There email address එකක් එම තිබ්බ නේද? For example, if you want to count number of characters in my email address, කම්මැලිනේ count කරන්නේ. That's boring task, no? So what you can do is you can find the length of it. Length of it 29. 28. කලින් කීයද දෙන්නේ? ගණන් කරේ නැතුව මම දාලා තිබ්බේ 28. 28. Continuing. 29 මොකක් හරි එකක් වැරදිලා. Oh, at is missing, that's why. Right? Count. You can count, or you can find the length of the string by using len. At len. Len is a function. There's a blank, no? You can fill the built-in function len. The blank එක fill කරලා the built-in function len. The built-in function len is used to find the length of a string. It returns the length. It returns the length of the string. It returns the number of characters of the string. It returns the length or number of characters of the string. Right? Here only two functions I have introduced. Okay, the len and string are the basic functions or basic methods available with strings, but lot of functions available. Right? For example, all of you, now we have a string. Asanka කියලා ගමු. Let's say Python. You can put a dot here. Just look at, you can put a dot just after any string that you have. Then you can see a large number of functions associated. There is a function called upper open bracket close bracket. What happened? The Python is converted into uppercase. String is converted into uppercase. Then අපි වෙන නමක් ගත්තත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. දැන් A කියලා එකක් තියෙනවනේ මෙහෙම. So A is converted into uppercase. But in that case there will be an error because there are some digits. No, these digits cannot be converted into uppercase. Right? A upper is missing. Upper. A is into uppercase. Simple A is hello, no? It is into uppercase. Likewise, there are a large number of functions associated with, right? Okay, later we are going to look at them. At the beginning, this is the initial stage. No, initially you have to only use the length function and str functions, right? But we are in the O level now. In O level only we have the basic trigonometric functions only. Later we are going to look at inverse functions, derived trigonometry functions, likewise. අන්තිම එකේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? The red one, what happened? Okay, it is the last character. No, len s means the length, but the index is the one less than the index of the last character is one less than the length. No, that's right. Length is 5. 5 minus 1 is length is 6. There are 6 characters here. No, right? 6 minus 1 is 5. So S5 means the fifth character, the character with the index 5. Index 5 is the last one, right? අනිත් එකත් කරලා බලුවනේ int කියන එක you can remember. Int is a function that we use to convert to obtain the integer part of a number. Int, you can remember int 3.8 ඒ වගේ අපි දැම්ම integer part of the number. Similarly, we discussed the float function. Float function. The float function is used to convert to a float, right? Similar manner, there is a function called str. Str function. Str. So 5 is an integer. That integer is converted into a string. Similar manner, the integer function can be used to convert string into integer. String into integer, right? Str 5.2. So 5.2 is converted into string, right? Float this is string 5.2 is converted into a float. Okay, I think it's not an issue here. The 6.3 is converted into a, look at the one before the last one. This is an 6.7 is an it's a string, no? That string is converted into a float. Float means 6.7. Then the integer part of the float, no? Integer part of the float is 6. But if you try to obtain the integer part of this string, it is an error, right? There are some compatibility issues. Okay, there are some compatibility issues. What the int 6.7 if it is int 6.7 is working because the float integer part of the float, no. But if it is something like this, it's a string, no. So we cannot obtain. What we have to do is there's a string. In this string, we have to obtain the integer part of the string. There is no any meaning for integer part of a string. That's why error, right? Such situation you can do. First, you can convert it into a number, floating point number. Floating point number. From that number, you can obtain the integer part. Okay, so these are the basic things associated with, right? This is the function to this is the function. These are the basics associated with the strings. මේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය අහනවා අර strings පිළිබඳ ප්‍රශ්න එක functions. Just look at, let's say, string. Look at this. Lion king. Okay, lion king. Okay, s dot, you have to use upper. There is a list of function, then the line s is converted into uppercase, but s does not change. It will return the uppercase version of this, right? S dot lower is the lowercase letter, right? Then s dot capitalize. There's a function called capitalize again. There's another one function called swap case. Simple letters are in capital letters are in simple. Likewise, a lot of additional functions available. මේක පොඩ්ඩක් කරලා බලන්න, කරලා ඒකත් පැත්තකින් ලියලා තියන්නකො ඒ වගේ ඒවා තියෙනවා කියලා. ඒකට දන්නවනේ. So better to do this somewhere. More string. But again, more string methods functions. Better to use the methods, and also fill the last blank of the exercise 5. The built-in function str is used to convert to the built-in function, all of you. The last blank, the built-in function str is used to convert to a string. String එකට convert කරන්න ඒක පාවිච්චි කරන්න. Capitalize එක කියන්නේ අර මේ අර වාක්‍යයම ලියනකොට අපි පළවෙනි එක capitalize එකෙන් දාන්නේ ඒක capitalize කියන්නේ. Capitalize කරාම පළවෙනි එක capital වෙලා එන්නේ ඒකයි. Capitalize. I'm not going to discuss the functions here. I want to just mention about this. Okay, I just want to mention about this. Lazy card. Okay, what is the difference between upper and sub? Upper දැම්මන් පස්සේ වෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම capital එකට එනවා. sub දැම්මන් පස්සේ තියෙන case එක sub වෙනවා. simple වලින් තියෙනවා capital වෙනවා. capital වලින් තියෙනවා simple වෙනවා. sub. මේ L එක sub කරාම L එක simple ඇවිල්ලානේ තියෙන්නේ. ගොඩක් තියෙනවා ඒ වගේ ඒවා. spaces remove කරන්න පුළුවන්, count කරන්න පුළුවන්. If you did not fill the blanks of the exercise 5, for the first blanks, it returns the length of the string. The second blank, the built-in function str is used to convert to a string. There's another function called count. Okay, I will explain that. Count කියලා function එකක් තියෙනවා. Count means you can count number of n's in S. S is for lion kin. No? Lion kin consists of 2 n's. එන්න අකුරු දෙකයි. If you want to count number of spaces, yes, you can. Number of spaces, right? Number of INs, you can use even string here, IN. In කියන ඒවා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. බලමු මේකේ අසංඛ කියලා කොච්චර තියෙනවද? How many lions? Lion, it will say 0 because L is capital. How many kings there? 1 king. Okay. Likewise, there lot of additional functions available. මට හිතෙන්නේ පිටු 3ක විතර functions තියෙනවා print කරන් පස්සේ ඒක. හරි. At the initially we don't have to use those functions. Just to mention, initially we have to do without we have to write programs without using these functions. I just want to mention that we have set of such functions. Right. Now we have reached to the end of the discussion of strings. End of the discussion of strings. Then we have to discuss our other part of the day, that is the input output. Right. Already we are familiar with input output, but I want to discuss it in deep, and I want to discuss how to write a complete program without using the command prompt, how to write a program in a file and so on. Therefore, we will take a break, right? And we will start by 10:25, 10:30, and I think we have to continue 30 minutes, another 45 minutes. Okay. හරි එහෙනම් break එකක් අරගෙන ඉන්න. If you have any doubts, you can put them into the chat. Huh? Okay, we will go ahead. I think the sixth one is not necessary to explain, right? You can try the sixth one. I have to tell you few things about sixth one. පොඩ්ඩක් හිමු දෙන්න තුන් දෙනෙක් තව එන්න ඉන්නවා. Right, so normally print is a function. We know that by using print function we can produce an output. So without having input output we cannot do anything with computers now. The computers are in computer world, we are in our world. So we cannot communicate without having input and output. You know, various input output devices available. For example, keyboard is the basic input device, mouse, monitor is the output device, likewise. Print hello world. So we have marks 84, print marks. So you can put it like this. I will do the different example here. This is related to output. Okay. Exercise 6 output. Output. I have variable A is 12, B is 5, another variable C, A plus B, right? Now I can use out print function, okay. Print function, I can put print A, and also we can put print A, PZ, and all the three values are printed. Str print str A plus str B plus equal sign plus str C. What will be the output of this one? All of you, what will be the output of this command? Okay. STRA means A is converted into a string. No? When A is converted into a string, it is just 12, 1, 2 string. For that one, I'm going to add plus sign. For that one, I am going to add the B, converted B to a string, then equal sign, likewise. Okay. Right. That is output function. Already we are familiar, but I want to give you print, there's a keyword called separate keyword. By default, they are separated by default ABC. You see here, when you print ABC are printed by separating spaces. No, you can change that. You can change it. Space දාන්න පුළුවන්. You can put a comma. You can put anything that you like. What happened here? Now what will be the output? Now ABC are separated by new line. That means they will be printed in downward direction. Clear? Separate is a special case. Separate is a special case. By using separate, it is possible to separate multiple variables. We are going to print multiple variables. They are separated by space. Other one, like this. ABC are separated by plus now. එකත් පොඩ්ඩක් ඔය පැත්තකින් ලියලා තියන්නකෝ ඔය separate කතන්දරේ. Right? So we will write down the output. Now the given example, marks is 14 or marks. There's a variable called marks which is 84. Okay, 84. Look at 84. If you are going to print whether mama score is, if you are going to print, that is score is comma marks. You can see that automatically space is added because automatically the first is string and the second variable marks are separated by space, right? Therefore you don't have to add a space separately. Marks කියන එක ගාවින්ම එන්නේ marks කියන එක. By default they are separated by space, no? That's why. Right, it is clear. Then a blank එකත් පොඩ්ඩක් fill කරන් යමු. Then a blank එකත් පොඩ්ඩක් fill කරන් යමු. Yes, this one. In Python, print is used to print on the screen. You can remember write function. Write function also similar function. The write function is used to write or print on the canvas. Write on the canvas. Similarly, the print function is used to print on the screen. Screen එකේ මොන හරි print කරගන්න. At the moment you can see a lot of things on the screen, no? Because all of them are printed by particular program, right? Print in Python, print is used to print on the screen, right? That is the familiar print function for all of us. Yes. Then we will move into input function, right? We will move into input function. Input, how to perform input. Output input. Exercise 7 is related with. All of you look at the screen carefully. Input. In Python, to handle inputs, there's a function called input. All of you look at හැමෝම බලන්න. Input, there's a function called input. So I'm going to enter. All of you look at, I'm going to enter. So when I enter, the command is run now. All of you. When I press enter, the command is run, but I cannot see any output. If there is an output, it is in blue color. No, there is no any output. And also, the command prompt is not available. That means I can't enter new command. So if you type anything, for example, 130, 123, you can see that what you have entered is appeared again. What you have entered is 123. It's a number, but it is appeared as a string, right? This is how you have to use. Now look at, you have to put, please enter your name or something like that. Then what happened? What you have put within the input function, string that you put within the string function is appeared. That is called prompt. No? Now it is the prompt. A prompt. Please enter your name. Okay, I'm going to enter my name, Asank. So what I have entered is appeared there. Let's say I'm going to assign it to a variable. N is the variable input. Please enter your name, right? Let's say Kamal or something like that, any other name. Then if I press enter, if I use variable n, now you can see that your input Kamal, your input is Kamal. No, the Kamal is the assigned value to variable n, right? I will do another one. I will say, please enter your marks. Let's say variable is m now. In m, I'm going to enter my marks 23. Right? If you look at variable m, now 23 is assigned to the variable that you use, but 23 is appeared as what? As a string, right? Normally input is a function. When you use input function, you have to enter something. So what you have entered, it considered as a string, right? So, but this is the proper way of doing this. So you can convert this into integer or float. Let's say at the moment integer. Then you can enter 34. Then if you recall m, it says m is 34, right? This is the basic idea behind the input function. So you can try. I have put here m int input enter marks. Clear? That means you have to enter an input at the input position that the prompt will is enter marks. So what you have entered is converted into an integer by using int function. Okay, you can try the 7th one, exercise number 7, and as well as exercise number 8. Seven එක කරන්නකෝ. Blank එකක් fill කරන්න 7 එකේ අපි බලමු. In Python, input is a function to accept an input from the user. In Python, input is a function to accept an input from the user. කලින් කෝඩ් එක පැහැදිලි නැති වෙච්ච අය පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න මම ඒක පැහැදිලි කරන්න මෙතන අර ABC කේස් එක පැහැදිලි වෙච්ච නැති අය ඉන්නවා මම පොඩ්ඩක් මේ කට්ටිය එනකන් පොඩ්ඩක් වෙලාව තියෙන හින්දා නිකන් කෝඩ් එකක් ගැහුවේ ඒක එච්චර ගණන් ගන්නත් එපා. ඒ කියන්නේ A12 P5 කියලානේ ගත්තේ. හරි A+ B කියලා හොම ගන්න පුළුවන්ද? හරි. STRA කියලා දැම්මොත් එන්නේ ඒ විදිහට. STRA+ STRB කියලා ගත්තොත් ඒතර strings දෙක ඇඩ් වෙන්නේ. 12 තියෙන තැනට 5 ඇඩ් වෙනවා. මම කරේ මේ මැදට තව string එකක් දැම්මා. ඒ string එකේ තියෙන්නේ plus විතරයි. දැක්කද? අන්න එහෙම කරලා තියෙන්නේ. A වල තියෙන 12 කියලා string එකට plus add වෙලා ඊට පස්සේ strb කියන එක add වෙනවා. Okay. So normally if your input is integer, you can decide the int function. Normally you have to use int or float if it is a you have to use int or float if it is a number. Otherwise you don't have to use int float, right? If you want later you can use int or float, but better to use normal practice is you convert it into integer or float at the time that you enter the input. Okay, fill the blank, all of you. In Python, input is a function to accept an input from the user. Accept an input from the user. Try the second one. So when you are doing question 8, once after enter first command, you have to enter an input. Then only you can enter the second command, right? Did you fill this blank? Exercise 7 එකේ අන්තිමට තියෙන blank එක fill කරන්න. In Python, input is a function to accept an input from the user. Input is a function to accept output වගේ තමයි print එක තියෙන්නේ. Input එකට තමයි input function එක තියෙන්නේ. Input output example. Exercise 8 having the both inputs and output. There are two inputs and one output. Input output example. It says enter the first number I'm moving to exercise number 8. A float. Right now you can enter floating point numbers if you wish. I am going to enter 3. B, this next command is enter the second number. Second number, it is B. Second number is 4, right? Then C is defined as, can understand this, right? A squared. A squared plus B squared. Then power of 0.5, no, that means square root. Square root of A squared plus B squared. Print C. So Pythagoras triplet, no? A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. No? There are a lot of options associated with print function. I just mentioned about separate function, right? But separate option, lot of options available, end option, likewise various options available. Later, I'm going to discuss about the print function in detail. At the moment, if you can just use it, that's enough, right? Therefore, don't worry if you did not understand the separate function. Well, මේ කට්ටියගේ connection disconnect වෙනවා නම් මොනම වෙනවකට හිටිය ගමන් සමහර කොටස් මිස් වෙනෝනේ. අතර මට ඊළඟ දවසේ පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි වෙන්න මම මේ separate එකෙන් චුට්ටක් කරලා තිබ්බේ. නැත්නම් මම මෙතන separate එක කරන්නෙත් නැහැ. Right, now I have reached to the important place, right? Now we have write down simple program with 2 inputs, calculation and an output. All of you look at, stop your work and see. Now if you think that if you want to run this program for different inputs, what you have to do? All of you, if you want to run this program for not for 3 5 3 4 is 5, no? If it is 12 5 and 12, output should be 13, no? Pythagoras triplet, no? How do you do it? All of you, if we want to run the program for different set of inputs, what should we do now? Yes, some of you know that, right? So all of you look at all of you look at what I'm going to do is, here there is a tab called file. There is a tab called file. In file tab, you can go for new file. There's a file. In that file, go for a new file, right? In that one, you can put your commands, right? When you put in your commands, you don't have to put the greater than symbol. That means command prompt. You have to only enter the commands, not the outputs. Clear? Now I have created another file. This is not the typical IDLE window. The ideally window we had that command prompt. No? So when you go to file, new file, then uh, another window is appeared. That is something like notepad or text editor. A text editor is appeared, right? So I'm going to show both windows at the same time. Now you can see both. I just split the screen into two. I can see both at the same time, right? Now I have entered all the three commands, that we had in our previous program, 4 commands, right? Then you have another tab called run tab. Run. Then you can go to run module option. Otherwise, you can use F5 function key number 5. Just look at later. You can do this. Okay. Run module. Okay. It says that you have to save. Source must be saved. Okay. To save. Normally, this what we type is called, this file is called source program, or it is the code. It says that before running, you have to save it, right? So you can set okay, and somewhere you can save it. I will say batch 53, batch 53, or something like that. Or by default, it is save as Python file. But if you are using QPython 3, when you are saving the file, you have to .py extension. You have to put .py extension. If you are using QPython, you don't. You have to select the editor, not the console. At the beginning, asking editor, console. You have to select the console. Then you will find this window, and you have to save it as a Python file. Python files having the extension of .py, but when it is Windows, so when it is a computer, the file type is file form extension is automatically added. Now I'm going to save it, right? I did not save that time, but I can say B53 or something like that. I'm going to save it, right? Now that file is saved somewhere. Hmm? And the program is running. You can see the program is running. Enter the first number. The first line is run now. First line is come in, then second line, right? I'm going to enter 5. Enter the second number. Yes, 12. Now the third this is calculation of C. It is also done, and output is 13. Output is also appeared. If you want to run it again, you can go to run and run module and run. Okay, and you can enter 1.5 1.5 දීලා බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. 1.5 වගේ මූල දෙකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. Now if you want to edit the code, if you want to edit the code, you want to reuse the code, it is very simple, because you have saved this file. No, it is appeared in your computer. So normally this is how we create a program. Normally computer program is set of instructions stored in computer memory. Now we have listed few commands and we have stored them in the file, right? So this is called our program or our source code, right? And in Python, this kind of file is called module, Python module. So we have created the Python module, and once you save, that code is available for reuse. You can use that program again and again. හරි ඔයාලා පිළිවෙලකට කෝඩ් ටික මොකක් හරි සේව් කරගන්න. ඒ විදිහට තමයි අපි ෆයිල් එකක් program එකක් normally ලියන්නේ, right? The ideally is used for ideally එක අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් use කරන්නේ ideally එක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි use කරන්නේ අර නිකන් එක command එකක් වගේ check කරලා බලන්න තමයි අපි use කරන්නේ. 24යි 7යි ආව 25ක් එන්නේ. Pythagoras triplet එකක් තියෙනවනේ 24යි 7යි 25යි කියලා. Okay, you can try. So you don't once you save, all of you, once you save, you have to open it by the ideally, right? එම save කරාට පස්සේ නිකන් double click කරලා open කරන්න එපා. File close කරොත් you can go to recent files and open it. Then run it, right? Run module. Then you have to enter the first number, second number. That's how you have to do it, right? If you just double click, it's a different situation. Later I will explain. all of you. The exercise 9 actually this one Python module කියලා මම දාලා තියෙන එකයි. Create a new file and type the code in the exercise number 8 without the greater than symbol, right? Save the file with a suitable name and run it. ඔය විදිහට තමයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි basic program එකක් ලියන්නේ. All of you, this may be some doubtful task, right? If you didn't do this earlier, if this is your first experience of typing a file, අපි අර turtle programs ලියලා run කරේ ඒ විදිහට තමයි run කරේ. ඔක්කොම ටික එකට දාලානේ run කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේ ඔක්කොම ටික එකකට දාලා run කරන එක තමයි මේකෙදි වෙන්නේ. Right? If it is your first experience, there can be some issues. ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඔයාලට මේ කතා කරන්නත් පුළුවන් ආ. ඔයාලා ඕන කෙනෙක් අත ඉස්සුවොතින් මට පුළුවන් mic එක on කරන්න accept කරන්න. එතකොට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් ආ. මොනවාරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් තේරුම් නැත්නම් අහන්න ඕන language එකකින් අහන්න. You can use any language to raise questions, right? If you raise your hand, I can turn on the mic. Then you can talk, right? ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඕන එකක් අහන්න. දැක්ක කැම්පස් එකෙත් මේ අලුත පටන් ගන්න බැච් එකට දීලා තිබ්බා මේ අර ළමයි මට ෂෙයා කරලා තිබ්බා Arduino programming එම ඔය කරන්න ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික ඒවා එම කරන්න ඔන්ලයින් කරන විදිහට තමයි දාලා තිබ්බේ. මේ Tinkercad use කරලා අර මම පාවිච්චි කරේ ඔයාලත් එක්ක ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් එකේදී. ඉතින් මේ ඔය Arduino programming කියන එක මුලින්ම virtual environment එකක කරන්න එක තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා අදහසක් ගන්න අමාරුයි. ඒ හින්දා Arduino programming අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම Arduino board එකක් අරගෙන හරි නම්බර් එකක් enter මේ නම්බර් එකක් enter කරනකොට මූලාගයක් දාන්න බැරිද කියලා අහනවා. අපිට දැනට symbols මොකුත් දාන්න බෑනේ. ඒක හින්දා අපිට දැනට enter කරන්න පුළුවන් floating point number එකක් විතරයි. ඔයාලා Arduino board එකක් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ගන්න. මොකද Arduino board එකක් මේ රුපියල් 2000ක් වුණාට දැන් ගණන් ගිහිල්ලානේ 2000ක් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වුණාට රුපියල් 2000ට වැඩිය ගොඩක් දෙයක් ඒකෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම Arduino board එකක් අරගෙන ඒක කරගන්න. ඒ ගාන ගැන එච්චර හිතන්න එපා. Python 3 use කරන අය Python 3 use කරන අයත් ඉන්නවනේ. Python 3 use කරන අයට editor කියන එක ගන්න ඕන. editor කියන එක ගත්තම අර save කරන්න floppy disk එකක් වගේ එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒතර කැමති තැනක save කරන්න පුළුවන්. .py දාන්න ඕන අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම. .py දාලා save කරොත් විතරයි run වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් run වෙන්නේ නැහැ. .py දැම්මම තමයි අර colors එම වෙනස් වෙලා එන්නේ. හරි? බලන්න මේ mobile එකේ use කරන අය mobile එකෙන් app එකෙන් එළියට ගිහිල්ලා ආපහු එනකොට select කරන්න එනවා editor කියලා. එතන තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මං මේ ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් කිට් 1 එකේ තිබ්බ ටිකේ ලිස්ට් එකක් දාන්නම්. එතකොට ඔයාලට පුළුවන් මොන හරි අඩු වෙලාද කියලා හොයාගන්න. ඒක මම දාන්නත් ඉතින් මට ඒක අමතක වුණා.
ඕපන් කරන්න ඕන IDLE එකෙන්මයි මේක ඕපන් කරන්න ඕන මෙහෙම ෆයිල් ගිහිල්ලා එතනින් ඕපන් කරන්න ඕන අතන අපි සේව් කරපු ෆයිල් එක ඩබල් ක්ලික් කරොත් රන් වෙන එක වෙන්නේ එතකොට ටග් ගාලා අවුට්පුට් ඇවිල්ලා යනවා ඒකයි එතන ෆයිල් ඕපන් ගිහිල්ලා ගන්න ෆයිල් ඔයාගේ අතින් ෆයිල් එක ක්ලෝස් වෙලා නම් ෆයිල් ගිහිල්ලා ඕපන් ගන්න නැත්නම් රීසන්ට් ෆයිල්ස් වලින් ගිහිල්ලා ගන්න එතකොට තමයි මෙයා වෙන්නේ එතනින් තමයි රන් කරන්න ඕන එක්කෙනෙක් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකක් කියලා තියෙන බලමු මොකක්ද තියෙන්නේ කියලා right all of you then all of you we did exercise 9 then you have to do exercise 10 by yourself all of you exercise 10 what you have to do is you have to write a program right you have to write a program in that program you have to enter the radius of a circle radius of a circle මොකරි circle එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා හිතන්නකෝ ඒකේ radius එක තමයි ඔයාලා දෙන්න ඕන you have to enter the radius so once you entered the radius the computer will your program computer will calculate and produce the area you are required to develop a computer program to calculate the area of a circle when the radius is given as the input write down the suitable coding for above requirement do it by yourself අපි ඉන්පුට් දෙනකොට දශම පහ කියලා දෙන්න ඕන භාගය කියලා දෙන්න බෑ එක බෙදීම දෙක කියලා එහෙම ගහන්න බෑ you have to enter floating point numbers as inputs you can't enter fractions right but these are input is a very basic functions to handle the primitive inputs. app එකෙන් save කරන් පස්සේ run කියලා button එකක් තියෙනවා ඊතලයක් තියෙන. ඒකෙන් තමයි run කරන්න ඕනේ. save කරාම හරියට මේ save කරන් පස්සේ තමයි මේ .py කියලා දැම්මොත් තමයි අර colors වෙනස් වෙලා ඉන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි play button එකක් තියෙනවා. අර පල්ලෙහා තියෙන මැද හරිය play button එකක් ඒකෙන් තමයි run කරන්නේ. ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් දාන්න මේක පොඩක් කරලා නැති කෙනෙක්ට මේක පොඩක් වෙලා යන තැනක් අමාරු තැනක් මම දන්නෝනේ. කරපු අය කෝඩ් එක දාන්න. Those who complete, you can put your code into the chat. ඒ වගේ මේකේ උත්තරෙත් ඕන නම් එතන පොඩ්ඩක් ලියා ගන්න. If you want, you can import file from math library. Start with a comment. Exercise 10. Area of a circle. Let's say R. Float. Input. Radius. If you want, you can find the value of 5 from math library. Otherwise, A equals 5, 22 over 7 R squared. Okay. Then print A. It's a basic program that I'm expecting. You can try check your program with known values, right? But you can do any modifications that you like. For example, this can be rounded off to 2 decimal places or any other significant places that you're interested. Area equals there should be a comma here. Area එක එකක් වෙනවා හරි radius එක එකයි නම් area එක 3.1යි හරි ඒ වගේ. And also I have put another exercise, speed converter exercise. Just try that exercise number 11. Speed converter එක වඩිලා ඉන්නකොට කම්මැලි ටිකක් වෙලා. Try exercise number 11. මේකෙන් තව ඒව ඕන තරම් දාන්න පුළුවන් හරි. You can import turtle, import math. 5 වල value එක එතනින් දාන්න පුළුවන්.
math.5. You can draw that circle, turtle.circle with radius r. Then you can write turtle එක තෝරන write කරන්න පුළුවන්. So I mentioned about another input function related to number input and text input related to canvas. So this input function is different than that one. This input waiting for input from the console, right? සමහර ඒවා වැඩ කරන්නේත් නැහැ මෙතන. radius එක 100ක් විතර දෙන්න වෙනවා මේකෙදි. 50ක් දුන්නොත් area එක 50යි කියලා එනවා. canvas එක නෑ. Yes, that's it. canvas එකෙත් ඔන්න පොඩ්ඩක් ඇඳෙන්න දැම්මා. හරි. කියලා තියෙන වගේ එකක්. turtle programs උත් එතනින්ම run කරන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. Where is that canvas? මොනහරි errors ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා නම් බලන්න error message එක පොඩ්ඩක් කියවලා බලන්න. එතකොට ඔයාලට පුළුවන් error එක identify කරගන්න. හරි? I have already shared the timetables with you, right? August timetable as well as September timetable. In August, mainly we are going to discuss statics and applied fluid statics, okay? And we have to continue several Python programming sections. Under the fluid stat, you have to do a lot of work actually, lot of homework and all. Therefore, it will be busy. I have shared the September schedule also. September එකට නම් දාලා තිබ්බ නේද? September we are going to do in addition to practical sessions, we are going to do electrical engineering, 3D geometry, as well as several maths topics, the coordinate geometry and complex, and some computer science sections, right? September will be a little bit busy week, September month, right? I'm going to explain a speed converter example. Speed, enter speed in meters per second, for example. I'm making code එකක් මම ගත්තේ. Right? This is the screen එක divide කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා කට්ටිය අහලා තියෙනවා. මම පෙන්නන්නම් කොහොමද divide කරන්න කියලා. So when your screen, when your window is moving, you can click the top of the window and move it now, right? Then you have to move it into the right side of the screen or left side of the screen. Drag කරගෙන ගෙනියන්න ඕන right of the screen. Then you will see some frame like this. When you move your window into any of the window that you have into right side or left side of the screen, that will allocate half of the right side, right? Then you have to mention which one for the left side. එක මෙහෙම දැම්මම මේක හතරකට වුණත් එහෙම බෙදන්න පුළුවන්. When I put it into this side, it will automatically ask what should be for the other half of the window. Enter speed in meters per second, right? 10ක් දාමුකෝ speed එක. 18න් පහෙන් නේද වැඩි කරන් තියෙන්නේ. පහෙන් 18ද 18න් පහනේ. හරි. 5ක් වගේ આવොත් 18ක් නෙන්න ඕන. right. ඔන්න මේක මෙහෙමත් පුළුවන්. speed is a kilometers per hour. දහයක් කියන්නේ 36ක්. Right, all of you. All of you. In your computer, all of you, there's a calculator. There's an inbuilt calculator app, right? There's an inbuilt calculator app. So I have opened that inbuilt calculator. The inbuilt Windows calculator having various modes: standard mode, scientific mode. Likewise, there's a converter mode. Just look at this. No need to do it. We have speed converter mode. You can see that. So you have to enter speed in meters per. You have options here: meters per second, then output in kilometers per hour. If I enter 10, it says output is 36. Okay, I just sharing the simple program with you. Okay, පුළුවන් අර input එක මොකක් හරි දුන්නන් පස්සේ input එකට දාලා 5 දුන්නොත් 18 කියලා එනවා. Right? It's a simple application. No? But if you look at the background behind this program, application එකක් තියෙන මෙහෙම ලස්සන program එකක් තියෙන. Nice window. You have speed converter application. You have to enter speed in meters per second. For example, type 5, then output will be in kilometers per hour. Likewise, this is a graphical user interface, so it's a Windows application. It's a window. It's called Windows application. But if you look at the key, if you look at the core of this application, right? If you look at the core of this application, you have to enter value. That means it is an input, right? In this program also, there's a function to handle the input, right? And you have to do a calculation. Calculation means arithmetic operations. And here you can see that output. That means print function, right? Print function. So input, calculation, output. So these are the main basic things related with any program. Input, calculation. Nice here, nicely you can see nice window and all. Actually, the software maybe, the application maybe, it may be Windows application, mobile application, or web application, but the coding part, the key coding part associated with this, the input, calculation, output. Normally, the programs that we develop are called console applications. There are two types of computer programs: Windows applications, console applications. So what we are developing is console applications. This is the beginning to start the work, to start programming. Normally we have to start with the console applications. Console applications වලින් තමයි පටන් ගන්න. Right? You can make it nicely. You know, cake හදන විදිය තියෙන්නේ. Cake. Cake හදන එක. So the difficult part of the cake is the making the cake. That means by mixing eggs and flour or sugar, everything, you have to bake the cake nice. Then you can make icing at any way. If you can't do, if you can't bake the cake, still you can decorate it. So these are type of decorations: the Windows applications, mobile applications, web applications, IoT applications, robotics applications, whatever the application. The key part is the coding part, right? So we are going to learn, this is the first programming course for you. Therefore, we are going to learn the fundamental concepts behind the coding. Later, you can make it a birthday cake or whatever, right? On cake එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන් පස්සේ. That's not difficult, right? That hard part එක තමයි අර තියෙන්නේ, අර දැලි ගාගෙන එහෙම කරන්නේ, අත පුච්චගෙන කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. That part මේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒක අපිට ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ, right? That's why we are in this kind of the black color windows, that is console. Only keyboard function is available, you can enter, right? Right, so this is this console application is called GUI applications, graphical user interface applications. So in Python there are various modules. You can import certain library, then you can easily create a GUI application. You can import certain web related files, libraries, then you can easily convert it to web page, mobile application, IoT applications, right? Normally we know that this Arduino board usually we are going to program the Arduino board, right? We are going to program the Arduino board by using C language, but you can program the Arduino board by using Python language. There is a separate board called PyBoard that can be programmed by using Python programming language, right? There are database applications, right? If you use conventional programming language like C, you have to write down tons of lines. But by using Python, you can solve it within few lines. That's why that's the importance and the smartness of Python, right? Anyway, this is our programming course now. I believe that I have assumed that your programming knowledge is 0 and doing this. Therefore, as the very first programming course, always you have to learn console program, right? Then you can convert it to any other programming. As my programming language, I learned the C programming language when I was in the first year of the university, right? With that knowledge, that understanding, I can manage all the other languages that I have to learn during the university and once after pass out. Okay, right. කට්ටිය එක එක කෝඩ් දෙමු ෂෙයා කරනවා එක එක ඒවා දාපු ඒවා මම ඔක්කොම බලන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. So now we have reached to the ඔයාලා මොන හරි කෝඩින් කරොත් ලස්සන ඒවා තිබ්බොත් මටත් එවන්න. Guys, our practical sheet. Okay, now we have reached to the end of the practical speed converter. Also, you can write down your code here. Okay, so next week we are going to look at Python operations. Actually, it is a 2-page section, but I wish to add few more things other than the exercises available in the printed note. Actually, during the past few years, I did the Python operators and selection structures in Python as a single practical. Both practical number 5 and 6 were in the same practical sheet. But this time I decided to do as a separate one, because otherwise it will go for a 4-hour practical and it is it is too much for one day. That's why I split it into 2. Anyway, the next week practical will not continue for 3-4 hours. Within 2 hours time, I think we can manage the practical. Okay, right. Do we have any other question? Now I have shared the schedule. So ඔයාලා ඒ schedule එක බලන්නකෝ කරන විදිය ඔක්කොම මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ. මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් කියන්න වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕන. Reset. සැප්තැම්බර් වල මම සතියට දවස් 3ක් දාලා තියෙනවා සමහර සතිවල. හරි, සමහර සෙක්ෂන් පොඩි සෙක්ෂන් ඔය පෝලර් කෝඩිනේට් කම්ප්ලෙක්ස් නම්බර්ස් වගේ ඒකයි මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ලයිව් සෙෂන්ස් වලට එන්න බැරි නම් රෙකෝඩින් ෆලෝ කරන්න. හරි, ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් කරෙන්නේ නැත්තේ. ඒක මොකක් හරි සොලියුෂන් එකක් ගමු. ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් එක මම එච්චර හදිස්සි කරේ නැහැ. අපිට මේ ආඩිනෝ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑමින් කරන්න කලින් ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික ටික කරගත්තොත් ඇති හින්දා මම ඒක බලමුකෝ. කෙරුණ නැතොත් මම ලයිව් සෙෂන් එක සෙෂන්ස් 2-3ක් දාලා ඒක ඉවර කරනවා. කරන්න පුළුවන්, රෙකෝඩින් කරන්න පුළුවන් අවුලක්. C language එකත් කරනවා. මම මේන්ලි කරන්නේ Python language එක. ඒතකොට මේ Python language එක through ඔයාලට C language එක ලේසි ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන්. C වලට sessions 3ක් කරනවා. basic ඔක්කොම මුල් ටික කරනවා C වලත්. exercise 20.3 එකේ තියෙන 12 වෙනි ගාන තේරුම් ගන්න අමාරුලු. අර මේ ඒක මම පොඩ්ඩක් කියලා දෙන්නම්කෝ බලන්න. vectors වල position vectors exercise එකේ ගාන නේද ඔයාලා කියන්නේ. The line joining midpoints of opposite edges of a tetrahedron කියන එක නේද? 12 වෙනි ගාන එක එච්චර මම කියලා දෙන්නම් ඊට පස්සේ. ඒක අර printing mistake එකක් තියලා හැදුවා 12 වෙනි ගානේ exercise vectors tute එකේ 3 වෙනි exercise එකේ 12 වෙනි ගානේ printing mistake එකක් තියලා මම ඒ වෙලාවේ කිව්වා ඒක හදාගන්න කියලා. the වෙනුවට and කියලා එන්නේ කියලා. මම කැම්පස් එකේ notes ඔයාලට share කරලා ඇති. එතකොට ඔයාලට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් කොච්චර Python කරන්න ඕනද කියන එක. හරි? Java programming නම් ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. හරි? Java කියන්නේ දැන් පාවිච්චි වෙන්නෙත් නැහැනේ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකේ. අපි මම යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ඉන්නේ 2005 වගේ තමයි යුනිවර්සිටි එකේනුත් Java අයින් කරලා C language C++ වලට මාරුනේ. ඒකින්ද Java නම් කරන එක තේරුමක් නැහැ. අපි අලුත් ටෙක්නොලොජිස් වලටනේ යන්න ඕන. Java දැන් පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Java කරන කලින් දීපු ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් ටික රන් වෙන්නේ. ඔයාලා කලින් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක රන් කරන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් ඒක කමෙන්ට් කරන්න. දැන් කලින් කෝඩ් එකක් මේකේ තියෙනවා නම් කෝඩ් දෙක තුනක් තියෙනවා නම් මේ සිලෙක්ට් කරලා පුළුවන් මේ ටික ඔක්කොම මෙහෙම එඩිට් කියලා තියෙන. එඩිට් ගිහිල්ලා කියලා කමෙන්ට් දාන්න පුළුවන්. ෆෝමැට් වල තියෙන මේ ෆෝමැට් වල තියෙන කමෙන්ට් අවුට් රීජන් කියලා. ඒතකොට ඒ ඔක්කොටම ඔටෝ කමෙන්ට් එකක් වැටෙනවා. රන් කමෙන්ට් කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් වෙන වෙනම ෆයිල්ස් විදියට සේව් කරන්න පුළුවන්. මම ෂෙයා කරලා නැහැ. මෙතන එඩිටර් එකේ පුළුවන් එකපාරට එහෙම සෙට් එකක් සිලෙක්ට් කරලා ඒ සෙට් එකම පුළුවන් කමෙන්ට් අවුට් දාන්න. එතකොට සෙට් එකම කමෙන්ට් එනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ආපහු ඒ සෙට් එක සිලෙක්ට් කරලා අන්කමෙන්ට් කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. අන්කමෙන්ට් රීජන්. ඒතර කමෙන්ට් අන්කමෙන්ට් දාන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. JavaScript කියන්නේ වෙබ් පේජ් වල මේ රන් වෙන එකක්. ඩයිනමික් වෙබ් පේජ් ඩෙවලොප් කරන ප්ලැට්ෆෝම් එකක්. ඒක ඔක්කොම Python වලින් කරන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. අනිත් අය ලීව් වෙන්න මොනවා ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්නකෝ. ඔයාලගේ මැසේජ් ක්වෙස්චන් එක යට ගියා නම් ආපහු දාන්න උඩට එන්න. චුට්ටකින් පොඩ්ඩකින්. මම ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. මොකද මම WhatsApp දැම්මත් තරක් වෙලානේ රිප්ලයි කරන්නෙම. ස්ටඩි පැකේජ් එක මේ වීකෙන්ඩ් එකේ මම දානවා දැන්ට පේමන්ට්ස් කරලා තියෙන අයට ලබන සතියේ ස්ටඩි පැකේජ් හම්බෙයි හැමෝටම පේමන්ට්ස් කරලා තියෙන අයට හරි අනිත් අයත් පේමන්ට් එක පුළුවන් නම් කලින් කරන්න මේ ලබන සතියේ නිවාඩුත් තියෙනෝනේ පොයා නම් මනම් තියෙනෝනේ ඒකින් හින්දා එතකොට මට ස්ටඩි පැක් ටික දාන්න ලේසි ආඩිනෝ බෝඩ් එක මේ මාසේ ගන්න ලබන මාසේ ඉඳලා මම ආඩිනෝ කරන්න ඉන්නේ සේව් කරපු ඒවා ඕපන් කරගන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා මේ කට්ටිය අහනවා මේ සේව් කරපු ලොකේෂන් එකෙන් ගන්න බෑ ideally එකෙන් ideally එක තියෙනවනේ ideally එකේ IDL එකේ ෆයිල් ඕපන් කියලා යන්න. එතකොට හරි IDL එකේ ෆයිල් ඕපන් යන්න සේව් කරපුව මතක නැත්නම් රීසන්ට් දාන්න. එතකොට රීසන්ට්ලි ගන්න. ආඩිනෝ බෝඩ් නැත්නම් ආඩිනෝ බෝඩ් එක ගන්න ඕගස්ට් වල පේමන්ට් එකත් එක්ක මොකද ඒක කොහොමද දැන් මම ස්ටඩි පැක් එක ඉවන හින්දා ඒකත් එක්කම ඔයාලට ආඩිනෝ බෝඩ් එකත් ගෙන්න ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. ඒකයි ආඩිනෝ බෝඩ් එකෙන් ගොඩක් ඉගෙන ගන්න දේවල් තියෙනවා. කැම්පස් එකේ දැන් ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් වලටත් දාලා තියෙනවනේ. හරි එහෙනම් අපි ඔය ගන්නට ඔයාලට මේ ආඩිනෝ බෝඩ් එකම තියෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ වෙන මේ Uno බෝඩ් එකම තියෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ වෙන Uno බෝඩ් එකක් තිබ්බට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ආඩිනෝ Uno R3 කියන එක තමයි සාමාන්‍ය බේසික් බෝඩ් එක. හරි හරි හරි. අර ඒ පේමන්ට්ස් කරන්න ඕන විස්තර මම ක්ලාස් රූම් එකේ දාලා තිනවා. ඒකෙන් බලන්න මේ ගණන් අහනවා නම් මම කට්ටිය. හරි එහෙනම් ලියව වෙනවා. හරි. ප්‍රයිසස් දාලා ඇති බලන්නකෝ ඔක්කොම ප්‍රයිසස් තියෙනවා දාලා. හරි ප්‍රයිසස් දානවා.